This little kinetic animation pretty much sum up my current mood about the channel. Still trying to crack the mysterious YouTube code, but no success. I tweak the thumbnail, optimize the titles, feed the algorithm and even offer it coffee, but it still plays hard to get. Well, I suppose experimentation is half of the fun. And every animation is another step forward. So let me show you how to create this hypnotic kinematic typography here inside After Effects. Okay, so let's escape out of full screen, close this one and create a new composition. I'm going to name this one Word. My settings are 1080 by 1080 pixels. The duration is set to 3 seconds and you can set the frame rate to whatever you like. I'll click OK and then I'll double click on the type tool and type, of course, the word angry because I'm a little bit angry. Now I'm using the Gothic's condensed bold font, which you can sync for free using Adobe Type. The size is 500, although it doesn't really matter because the next thing that I'll do is hold down Command Option. This will be Control Alt on the Windows side and press the letter F. And this is going to fit it to the comp size. Then I'll press S to see the scale and I'll scale it down just a touch and then move it just because I don't want it to touch the edge of the comp. So something like this will work. Next, I'll close and open the settings so I can see the animators and I'll add a scale animator. I'll disconnect the proportions and I'll set the vertical size to 0. So basically the text will disappear. I'll open up the range selector and I'll animate the offset. So I'll start by going to -100, create a keyframe over here, and then I'll move to 112 and create another keyframe, this time 100%. So starting with a -100 and going all the way to 100. Now to make it look a little bit more interesting, I'll open up the advanced and I'll change the shape here to ramp down. And this is going to look like this. To improve the easing, I'll change both ease high and ease low to 50%. And what I would like to do now is bring the text back. So to do it, I'll select both keyframes, copy them, move one frame forward, and then paste the same keyframes, and then make sure the last one is inside the composition. Now, right now, this is what we have. We have the letters coming down and then doing the same thing again. I want the reverse action here. So I'll go to this frame and then I'll create a keyframe for the mode. Then I'll move one frame forward. You can do it, by the way, by pressing page down, and I'll change the mode from add to subtract. And this is going to yield this lovely animation, going down, going up, and then going down and going up again. Okay, you got the gist of it. I'll close everything and I'll duplicate the word angry. I'll switch off the visibility so we can concentrate on the happy side now, because I want to type happy. I'm also going to select the entire thing, click on the color, and let's select a bright, happy yellow. Something like this will work. All right, I'll open up the settings for the text now, and I want this text to actually do the opposite. So it needs to come from the top going down. To achieve that, I'll open up the text options here, and then I'll click on Animate and add an anchor point animator, because by default, the anchor point is at the bottom of the text. We want to bring it to the top. So let's move the Y value for the anchor point until it will be, I'm going to say -370. And then we need to bring the text back up. So we can just basically drag it until it will kiss the edge of the composition. Then we'll need to return back to the animator 1, which still has all the animation. And we actually need to flip it because right now this is how it looks. So to do it, I'll open up range selector and then advance, and I'll change it from ramp down to ramp up. And this is going to yield this lovely animation. And basically this is it. Now, let me show you how to fill the screen with this lovely animation. So to do it, I'll create a new composition. I'll name it My Mood. And this time I'll change the preset to Full HD and I'll leave everything as is. I'll take the word that I created and I'll drag it over here. And then I'll press S and scale it to 50%. Next, I'll duplicate another instant and I'll move it over here. Now this one needs to actually start with the word happy. So I'll move my playhead until I see the word happy. And then I'll trim this composition by holding down the Option key and pressing on the open bracket. Then I'll bring this one to start at the beginning. And then I'll switch off momentarily the lower copy. I just need to concentrate on this one. because I need to time remap it. So I'll press Command Option T to add a time remapping keyframes. We want the first one to start here, so I'll create a keyframe for it. And then when it says angry, I'll create another keyframe. So basically we are reversing the order here. I can now stretch the second copy until the end. And I'll also option click on the stopwatch to enable an expression. I'll start to type the word loop, select the loop out, then add double quotation. And from these options, I'll select ping pong and click outside. So now I have this animation, which is basically doing the same thing, but it is the opposite to the original one. All right, now let's select both of them, bring the grid and guide so we can see the middle of the composition, and I'm just going to move them so it's going to look like this. And now I can option click on the icon to hide the title action safe. Now I'll create an adjustment layer, and to it I'll add the CC Reptile effect. Over here I'll set everything to 1500, and I'll set the tiling to brick, which is going to look like this. Next, I'll add the transform effect. I'll change the scale to, let's say, 80, and change the rotation to 20 degrees. I'll maximize my viewer, and I'll play the happy, angry animation. And this is it, my two-face Harvey Dent tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.